Hello, gorgeous. You're listening to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over. On this podcast, we talk about everything from dating and relationships to personal development. We also speak very candidly about the F word, and by that, I mean failure. So grab a pen, tag a friend, and let's talk about it. All of it. Undergoing, overcoming, and simply trying to make it through. Hello, gorgeous. You're listening to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over podcast, and I'm your host, Kayla. If you are just listening for the first time, I want to say hello and welcome to my platform. I am super excited that you found me. And as always, if you are a returning listener, then hey, sis, welcome back. So in today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about perseverance and eliminating the fear of failure. Earlier this week, I shared a reel and it talked about how one of the most monumental mindset hacks that you can make is the shift between the fear of failure and seeing challenges as an opportunity. When we fear failure, often we become paralyzed and we don't make a move at all. We just stay where we are because we're like, at least I know what I'm getting. No, I'm content. But when we stop fearing failure, and we start viewing challenges as an opportunity, then when we have a setback or when we have a shortcoming, when we fall short of our goal, then we see that as an opportunity for learning, an opportunity for growth, and an opportunity to try something new or in a different way. And so that just kind of opens up things and gives you a whole new perspective. So in this topic, and thinking on this topic, I got an email on Tuesday that said, congratulations, your podcast has reached 500 downloads. And instantly, my eyes were filled with tears. You guys know for the month of September, I am journaling 10 minutes a day. I'm doing a gratitude journal where there's just things that I'm grateful for. Now, on Monday, I had a total Murphy's Law Monday. Like, y'all, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And on top of all of that, I had blown up social media talking about this podcast that I was doing with a special guest who turns out to be my boyfriend. If you listen to Monday's podcast and you know, and on Monday, for whatever reason, there was a glitch in the system and my podcast did not upload to Apple. Now, I have podcast listeners on Google, on Spotify, on several other platforms. Thank you so much to everybody who's still tapped in, right? But I was freaking out because most of my users stream through Apple. I never felt like giving up. I never felt like, oh, forget it. I'm just not going to upload it. I hit it hard. I didn't even think about it. I dropped it in my Telegram chat. I dropped it in my email. I dropped it in my group. I dropped it everywhere, just sending out the link because I was so dead set on the podcast getting out there. And so when I got the email on Tuesday saying that my podcast had reached 500 lifetime downloads, I was ecstatic. And I thought about how I refused to give up. Perseverance just kicked in. It's no. And I thought, Kayla, what if we had that mindset about everything that we did? What if we had that mindset about everything is a hype? Everything is a big deal. Everything is something to celebrate. Make your life magical. Celebrate everything. If I had that same energy or attitude about every episode that I downloaded, I would have probably reached 500 downloads way before then. And so now I challenge you to consider if you had that hype man attitude, this is something impeccable. This is something amazing about everything that you did, or at least a few of the things that you do on a daily basis. What kind of energy would that bring to you and the table? It's really something to consider. Now, in also considering that gratitude, I remember a time where I was terrified to even start a podcast. I remember being afraid to call myself a coach. I went into coaching for the first time in January of 2021. And at that time, it was to boost my skincare business and to really learn how to market and to brand myself. And I remember telling my first coach, well, I would like to be a coach. And it sounded so weird coming out. And I was like, I would love to have a podcast. But immediately, like, I got hit by those inner critic, that inner voice that says, who are you to start a podcast? Who wants to listen to you? And so we get these things that happen in our brain. We get to tell our brain, hey, brain, I got this. Like, chill, chill, chill. I don't need all of that. We get to revamp our mindset. We get to see failure. We get to see challenges as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for learning. And we get to see circumstances, and when things fail, we get to see that as an opportunity for us to try something new. Okay? So I love you. I want the best for you. And I'm just wishing that this week, as you go into the weekend, what can you do to be more hype? What can you do to be more excited? What can you do to not give up? What can you do to create a new opportunity for yourself? I love you, and I cannot wait to see your transformation. Let's chat in the next one. Well, gorgeous girl, that's a wrap for this episode. I hope you found value, insight, or strength. I hope something was said that gave you the courage to push on a little while longer toward the life of your dreams. If you felt motivated during this segment, screenshot this and throw it in your stories and tag me on social. That way we can keep the message going. Have an excellent day on purpose, and we, girl, will talk in the next one.